To breaking news, One Nation leader Pauline Hanson has been found guilty this morning of racially vilifying Greens Senator Marine Faruqi. The federal court finding a post on X from 2022 telling Faruqi to return to Pakistan was an angry personal attack that conveyed a strong form of racism. Justice Angus Stewart ordering Hanson to delete the post within 7 days and pay Faruqi's legal costs.
Boom shakalaka, ladies and gentlemen, freaks and geeks, brothers and sisters around the world. It is your boy Chris Shule, aka the Esoteric Noetic, aka the Chocolate Nubian Soul Brother from Ghana, West Africa, dropping the wisdomatic truth bombs here in Melbourne, Australia. Oh, it's been a minute since I dropped one of these videos, but I felt the urge to come up here and talk about all the nonsense. Ladies and gentlemen, give us a like, tell your mom, tell your friends. Slide in the DMs if you got some booty fat. You know what it is. Let's get it. All right, so Pauline Hanson has been a figure of infamy in Australia for many decades now. She is known for having racist views. She is known for being a hater. Yeah, we don't want you, Pauline, a lot of people say. But I got to give it to her. I got to give her credit. Not give it to her as in, but I got to give her credit because she did amazing things during the lockdown. She actually stood for the rights of people, was one of the few people that was speaking out against the government wanting to lock people down in their homes. And I got to give her mad props for that. And regardless of how I feel about her remarks, because let's face it, she has made some unsavory remarks telling people to go back to their country. And regardless of how you feel about borders, regardless of whether you think we are suffering from a case of too much migration, people have the right. At least this is what I thought, because I am someone that believes in classical liberties, freedom, as it was defined initially, freedom of speech. And I know a lot of people are saying, go back to the States, go back to Africa. I don't know. A lot of people seem to think that freedom of speech is something that is only relevant to the United States of America because they have the Declaration of Independence, they have the Bill of Rights, all of these constitutional rights and so forth. But fundamentally speaking, Australia still follows something called the common law. At least it should. The Magna Carta. The Constitution of Australia was actually based on this. Now, due to certain unlawful activities such as Unidroit, this is something that was implemented during the 1970s, due to corrupt politicians and so forth, and just due to society, because it's essentially society that really shapes the laws. We have ignored these rights, and now magistrates, politicians, and sometimes even the highest court does not honor these basic freedoms. And we are now in a situation where Pauline Hanson is facing fines, imprisonment for saying something that is unsavory, don't get me wrong, but is something that is not or should not be against the law. She told a parliament official to go back to a country, insulted her. Apparently she's been charged with racial vilification. Now, I don't know about you, but vilifying someone is not necessarily a bad thing. That's something you do when you are talking shit to someone. You say someone has shitty views or someone is an idiot. That's when you're vilifying someone. It just means to abuse someone, right? Now, racial vilification would obviously mean you make it racial. So I say you have shitty views, you're dog shit, and you should go back to where you came from. Now, telling someone to go back to where they came from, that may be racially motivated, but racism is not a crime. And we are living in a society where a lot of people seem to think it should be. Now, I don't like racism. I think it's kind of weird. I think it kind of shows a limited worldview. People that don't live in a big world tend to have racist ideas, because I think when you live in a big world, you realize that not everyone looks like you. And just because someone has a different color of their skin, it really doesn't define who they are as a person. Of course, you can make generalizations and so forth, but it's irrelevant. It's just judgment. However, you being dumb, being stupid, and there are a lot of momos out there. I am pro-momo. I don't like momos, but I'm pro-momos having freedom. If you were a momo and you were racist, or you say racist things like Pauline Hanson, I don't believe you should be locked up. I have this ridiculous worldview where I don't think you should be locked up for saying racist things, for being a momo, essentially, because that's all being a racist is. Provided you just have racist thoughts or you say racist things, nothing criminal in that. But we're living in a society now where a lot of you Australians, or a lot of you greenies, you trans, whatever you call yourselves, homosexuals, I don't know, mate. Mate. You're taking upon yourselves to want to punish people for saying unsavory things. And the worst thing, a lot of the times, is you're doing it in the interest of wanting to protect minorities. And I'd say a lot of these minorities, I mean, I can speak for myself. I can't speak for all the minorities because all I can really speak for is the individual, myself. I don't care about this kind of stuff. I don't care if someone says something that's racist towards me. I don't like it sometimes, but what I do care about is the rule of law. I do care about people being judged not by the color of their poo, but by the content of their character. Ultimately, we are living in a world now where Australia, United States even, UK are implementing these draconian laws that circumvent the natural rights of people. People aren't able to say what they want without running the risk of... And look, it's a very different thing when it's a company that wants to punish you, but this is the governmental body. This is a body that, classically speaking, should only be protecting people when they commit actual crimes. Like actual crimes, not fake crimes like saying something that you don't consider to be true, or being racist, or having a viewpoint that certain magic potions are not safe, and so forth. These are views. These are not criminal offenses, but this is the world that we are living in. And I think what is happening in Australia with some of the recent laws where we are pushing hard into this tyrannical draconian system where people are being censored for what they say is not right. But I don't know. These are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Do you think Pauline Hanson should be jailed, should be fined for her comments that she made a couple of years back? Or do you think that she should be allowed to say what she wants? Do you agree with her? Let us know in the comments below. Peace out. Keep it real. Don't drive and text. Remember, as I always say, there are 3 things that cannot remain hidden for long: the sun, the moon, and the wisdomatic truth bombs of the chocolate Nubian soul brother. Peace out, keep it real, don't drive and text. Suri namaskar, namaste. And check out my new single, Generation Y, dropped last week. It is a beauty. Peace!
I don't even care where this road leads. All I know is